deep in the mixed hardwoods of northern Michigan. The satellite map shows nothing more than thick timber stretching across old, overgrown trails, woven together like a natural maze. But for wildlife control teams, those are the very corridors invasive hogs use to hide, move, and burst into nearby farmland. And today, we aren't here for trophies. This is an invasive species control mission where every footstep, every squeeze of the trigger must protect people, respect the forest ecosystem, and follow strict U.S. wildlife management laws. Hogs rarely wander without purpose. They cling to natural edges, timber lines, junctions, and narrow openings leading out of the thick brush. That's why Alex and his team lock down the forest doors, choke points every herd must pass through when leaving cover. In Michigan's tight woods, where visibility sometimes drops below 40 meters, danger has nothing to do with how many hogs there are. It's about reaction speed and the angle of approach. Alex marks every suspicious sign over radio, keeping the formation sharp, who controls the exit, who guards the wind side, who has clearance to fire if the herd breaks out. Here, controlling the exit is controlling the risk. Meanwhile, James' team pushes into the core, where wet soil and soft mud form the hog's favorite feeding grounds. Turn soil, claw marks on bark, deep hoof prints. For an experienced tracker, all of it becomes a living map. James doesn't chase the herd. He gets ahead of them, reading direction, predicting the crossing point, blocking routes that would push the hogs toward nearby homes. A clean intercept keeps both the team and the farm's downhill safe. Noise from James' team shifts the herd's direction, and just as expected, they funnel toward the narrowest crossing between dense tree lines, where David has already chosen a strategic squeeze point. In terrain like this, David's first move isn't pulling the trigger. It's confirming everyone's position via radio. Who's on the left? Who's behind the herd? Who's on the firing axis? In tight woods, a 5-degree mistake can turn a perfect tactic into chaos. Only when every position is locked in does David act. The herd is stopped clean. No one drifts into a crossfire line. In professional hog control operations, team safety matters far more than any impressive shot. Hogs move as a group, driven by herd instinct rather than individual behavior. One sudden turn, and the whole pack follows. Using GPS pings and sound cues, Alex's team adjusts their pressure arc, shaping the herd's movement by strategy. This is the difference between an average hunter and a trained wildlife control unit. While the perimeter tightens, Nick stays frozen on the southern edge, an area where many hunters have faced hogs charging straight in. Here, everything must align, reading a hog's posture, judging if they're breaking away or prepping to attack, holding the exact safe distance. A clean, timed shot stops a charge before it becomes a danger. In the U.S., wildlife control laws are strict. Every round fired carries responsibility to nature and to the community. In Michigan's woods, silence is never calm. It's the sign of a herd pausing, waiting for an opening. That's when all four teams move at once, closing in from their planned angles, pushing the hogs into the designated pocket zone. No shouting, no reckless moves. Every action controlled, capture, contain, and keep both people and the environment safe. Skill. We're here to keep this land in balance, because when invasive hogs push close to farms or neighborhoods, the damage goes far beyond money. It disrupts the entire native ecosystem. And that's why every step in the forest today, every breath, held steady, every safe decision, is part of a quiet battle to protect this place. The wild boars had become far too bold, causing serious damage to the crops. As a result, a new hunt was quickly organized, and we were fully prepared with all necessary gear. Our tactical hunting formation was deployed flawlessly. We quickly took our ambush positions in the fields, using the low grass as cover. This strategy combined patience with the ability to strike decisively. The hunt had begun. Don't take your eyes off the screen. Join us on this intense hunting journey today. From early morning, the entire hunting team set out, establishing ambush positions not far from the field, strictly adhering to our ambush tactics, ready to strike. We waited patiently for the prey, maintaining razor-sharp focus. As predicted, a large wild boar was busily foraging near the baited area we had set up. Seizing the moment of its vulnerability, I quickly drew the taut bowstring and took a decisive shot, felling it with a sharp arrow. This first shot not only secured an initial victory, but also proved the effectiveness of our ambush strategy in the field. I continued scanning the vast grasslands through my binoculars and soon spotted a second target on the move. Quickly locking on, I took a deep breath, drew the bowstring tight, and released the arrow. The sound of the string snapped through the air, and the boar tried to flee, but it was too late. The arrow struck true, neutralizing the prey. This victory highlighted the necessity of long-range marksmanship and absolute calm under pressure. The team continued advancing, deploying a sweeping strategy across the wide grasslands. Suddenly, a large boar appeared in my sights. I released my arrow quickly. This decisive action ensured the target was eliminated thoroughly, securing yet another victory in our hunting journey. Maintaining absolute silence, we moved cautiously through the terrain. After hours of patient tracking, my teammate Alex spotted a target relaxing amid the grass, completely unaware of the danger closing in. Alex immediately assumed a perfect shooting stance. With expert skill, he drew the bowstring to its full tension, locked on the target, and released the arrow decisively. The prey fell instantly, a victory achieved through patience and traditional hunting expertise. Twilight had fallen, and the traps we had set during the day had done their job, successfully luring the wild boars. I carefully selected the largest alpha of the herd. In the dim light, I focused completely, drew the bowstring to its fullest, and released. The arrow flew through the air and struck the boar with pinpoint accuracy. I exhaled quietly, knowing that I had eliminated a major threat to the village. We were ready to head back, walking across the grassy field, when we spotted a large herd of wild boars crossing the path. Without hesitation, I immediately raised my bow and took down one of them. Seeing the remaining numbers, I knew the hunt was far from over. We concluded today's hunting journey to rest and recuperate. I felt a sense of relief knowing that a significant threat had been eliminated, and my teammates were ready for tomorrow's hunt. Massive paw prints stamped deep into the muddy ground. Trees toppled, broken branches scattered everywhere, clear signs that this bear pack wasn't ordinary. Locals said they'd seen one storm into their farms, tearing through fences, even dragging people into the woods. We couldn't wait any longer. It was time to move. Each of us carried not just our rifles, but years of experience and a hunter's instinct sharpened by countless dawns like this. Before sunrise, our formation was set. Every exit sealed. These beasts were strong, but we wouldn't let them terrorize the village for another night. Come along, the hunt begins. Mountain bears are unlike any creature in the forest, silent, cunning, never truly alone. At first light, two dark shapes appeared across the ridge, one large, one smaller. We held our breath and waited. I took aim at the big one, right at the shoulder between that thick coat of fur. Bang! The first shot landed true. It staggered. Then a thunderous volley erupted from the team. Seconds later, the giant brown bear collapsed, letting out one last roar before the mountain went silent again. The alpha was down. One more predator erased from the danger map. No one said a word, but we all knew the hunt wasn't over. It was only beginning. The sun burned high. We pushed down the hillside where bears often basked in the heat. A suspicious blip appeared on the GPS, less than 300 meters away. Mark signaled. The team split into three flanks. John adjusted his route. Everyone moved quietly, using every mound and patch of grass as cover.
Good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
Then we saw it, a brown bear lying still in the clearing. No one spoke. We didn't need to. The range, the wind, the shot, all measured, all aligned. One shot, that was all it took. Quick, clean, no panic, no hesitation. Every victory in the wild begins in silence and ends with the discipline of true hunters. Near noon, I broke off from the team, tracing a stony ridge alone. Across the valley, a massive brown bear stood tall. I raised the scope, one shot, perfect hit. It tried to flee. I lowered the rifle, aimed down the iron sights. Boom. Second shot. Dead center. The bear fell where it stood. Out here, no hounds, no backup, just me and the rifle I trust like my own hand. Every bullet carries skill. Every pull of the trigger, a heartbeat of survival. This isn't just hunting. It's a vow to protect every inch of land beneath my boots. And hey, if you thought that shot was clean, hit that like button. After lunch, we regrouped at the rendezvous point. The golden light stretched down the slope. Before we could rest, the watch post signaled another brown bear creeping close to camp. John took a higher position, sighted in, waiting for command. We stayed silent, moving as one. The bear caught movement and bolted. John fired, not to kill, but to warn. The bullet grazed close, forcing it to veer off and vanish into the trees. You don't always have to take the shot. Sometimes, it's enough to make them understand this land isn't theirs to trespass. Not long after, through the scope, I spotted another one, a massive brown bear, lying sideways in the valley below. It hadn't seen us yet. Distance, about 300 meters. Without a word, I adjusted my sights crosshair steady on its right shoulder. Finger tightened, crack. The dry echo rolled across the hills. Dusk fell. We were packing up when a giant brown bear emerged silently from the western slope. No talking, just instinct. 3 rifles swung as one, no command needed. John fired first. The blast ripped through the air. The bear dropped instantly, swallowed by tall grass. It was over before the echo faded.
Again.
And I was able to put a second shot into him.